A couple of other things that, if you will, have helped with the journey. One, it's only a story. You know, it really, it's only a story. It's not God. It's not the cosmos. It's just a story. And stories of everything haven't been around that long. So if everything is a year old, stories of everything are maybe a minute old. How far back the campfire goes, you know? You know, stories have a lot of catching up to do. You know, so, you know, it's only a story. So why should stories like this be something to have an inquisition over? To die for, to kill for, to have a cultural war over? Jesus didn't come to teach biology. He didn't come to teach cosmology. He came to teach compassion. So, Karen Armstrong, it's not a question of can we bring our theology up to date to make it fit in with modern science or postmodern thought or any of that. The real question is, can we bring healing to the world? People who get into the kingdom of heaven on the last day, according to the parable of the sheep and the goats, are not the ones who have the right doctrine, but those who take on the words, I was hungry and you gave me to eat. You can practice compassion. You can bring healing to the world. You can take care of the world, you know, be green against the background of the old story or the new story or some other story that may be coming down the road, you know. So it's only a story. I mean, it's foundational. It's like that spider web. But I was going through the woods a few weeks ago, and you know how sometimes you'll walk into a spider web? You don't know it's there? And I did. I was walking through the same spot the next day. Dang, same thing. The spider web was back. I mean, it is a web, but if a story breaks, you can always spin the web again. It's only a story. It's nothing less than a story, however. You know, it's nothing less than a story. Capacity for narrative, the need for narrative is very deep. It's wired into the brain. You gotta have stories. The things we talked about in the very beginning about growing up on such stories and what they did as far as providing meaning, geography, security, very, very important, especially as you're growing up. Jesus taught in parables. There's something about concrete images, about narrative that helps us apprehend everything, that helps us apprehend God. Imagination can help us apprehend God. In the play St. Joan, George Bernard Shaw, Joan of Arc is asked by a friend why she does what she does. I hear voices, she said. They come from God. Her friend says, they come from your imagination. And Joan says, right. That's how God speaks to me, through my imagination. And so I say, you know, me too. So they're also nothing less than stories. And maybe we'll have time for this too, but I want to, well, I'll just say it now. We might think about it more later. So why can't Genesis be a story? Why can't it be just a story and nothing less than a story? In the Anabaptist group that I participated in too, we took Genesis for a year, just study group, and we let it be a story. Marvelous things happen when you let the different episodes just sink into your imagination. Marvelous things happen. And kind of let the story do its thing.